What's up, finance virtuosos? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about one of the biggest productivity killers out there, procrastination. We've all been there, putting off important tasks until the last minute, feeling stressed and overwhelmed as deadlines loom. But it doesn't have to be this way. In this video, I'm going to share some super practical tips from a book that changed my perspective on procrastination. The book is called Solving the Procrastination Puzzle by Professor Tim Pychyl. He's literally spent decades studying this topic, and his insights are pure gold. This short book packs a punch and summarizes his research in a really accessible way. This is the Finance Virtuoso channel, where we talk about all things finance. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future money tips and tricks. First key insight: procrastination is a way bigger problem than we give it credit for. We often joke about being procrastinators, thinking it's no big deal if we work best under pressure. But Pychyl cites evidence showing procrastination bleeds into all areas of life in destructive ways. Procrastinators tend to have worse health, both physically and mentally. There's the stress factor. We all know that horrible feeling of anxiety from putting things off. Chronic stress is super unhealthy. But also, procrastinators tend to avoid health-promoting behaviors like exercise, healthy eating, and doctor visits. They put those things off too. There's also the regret factor. When someone close passes away, it's the regrets of omission, the things we didn't do, that hurt the most. And many of those revolve around our own procrastination and missed opportunities. Pychyl argues procrastination literally sabotages our happiness and fulfillment. Many psychologists say true happiness comes from pursuing self-directed goals. But when we procrastinate on those goals, we undermine our own contentment. This is especially relevant when it comes to your financial life. Procrastinating on money tasks like budgeting, investing, and planning for the future can have massively detrimental effects on your ability to build wealth over time. Every delay in getting started with investing is compounding returns you're missing out on. Putting off estate planning documents procrastinates getting your affairs in order. And neglecting to track spending against a budget makes it harder to identify wasteful costs draining your cash flow needlessly. Procrastination is procrastinating your own financial security and potential for abundance. Those points really hit home for me. Procrastination isn't just a bad habit, it's something that can negatively impact our entire lives if left unchecked. Realizing that was a huge wake-up call. The next big insight is that procrastination is fundamentally an emotional issue, usually stemming from some kind of underlying fear or negative emotion. We procrastinate to avoid uncomfortable feelings in the moment. This especially rings true when it comes to financial decisions and facing our money situations. There can be a lot of fear, shame, and avoidance around issues like debt, investing, taxes, and not feeling in control of your finances. It's easy to procrastinate on things that make you anxious or tap into insecurities about not having enough saved or not being financially responsible. For me, I've procrastinated on tasks like figuring out which investments to put my money in because of a fear of making the wrong choice and losing money. Or I've put off dealing with my student loans because the interest keeps adding up, triggered feelings of regret over those past decisions. The key is getting honest with yourself about what underlying emotion is causing you to avoid or delay taking action. Is it a fear of failure and the project not working out? Is it a shame about past money mistakes? Is it feeling overwhelmed and not knowing where to start? Maybe it's anxiety about having difficult money conversations with a partner. Once you name that fear or negative emotion driving your financial procrastination, you can start taking steps to work through it. Journaling, talking to a friend, or even seeing a money therapist can help bring those deep money blocks out into the open and process them in a healthy way. Shining a light on the root feelings diminishes their power to keep you stuck and paralyzed into procrastination habits. The third key insight is that motivation is not a prerequisite for action. We often think we need to feel like doing something before starting. But that's a trap. I rarely felt motivated to go into work, but I still went. You don't need motivation to act, you just need to make a decision to show up and start, even if you don't feel like it at the moment. Internalizing this idea can be life-changing. One tactic is to lean into your identity. Don't think of yourself as someone who procrastinates, adopt identities like professional, hard worker, etc. Professionals show up whether they feel like it or not. Working from that identity makes it easier to simply start without waiting for motivation to strike. The fourth insight is about strengthening goal intentions to reduce procrastination. We're much less likely to procrastinate when we have a strong, self-directed reason for pursuing a goal that genuinely matters to us. For instance, my buddy Jake used to procrastinate on reviewing his monthly budget and financial reports. But he set a background photo on his computer desktop of his dream vacation home to strengthen his intention, a visual reminder of his goals for financial freedom. For me, following personal finance influencers who share investment tips and frugal living hacks helps reinforce my intrinsic desire to stay on top of my money management consistently. Find ways to connect your goals to your deeper why. Strengthening that intention makes procrastination much less likely in the face of temporary discomfort or resistance. Finally, Pychyl highlights the power of implementation intentions for beating procrastination. These are specific if-then plans that lock in when and how you'll take action. For example, one of my implementation intentions is, if it's after breakfast, then I'll make coffee, play a song to warm up, and make a YouTube video. Attaching new habits to existing routines like this makes it much easier to follow through consistently. You can also use time-based implementation intentions like, at 5 p.m., I'll stop work and go to the gym. Getting specific about when and how you'll start a task prevents procrastination. Alright, there you have it, friends, 5 huge insights into why procrastination is so toxic and how to start conquering it today. Recognize that procrastination bleeds into all areas of life in unhealthy ways. Name and confront the underlying fears and emotions driving your procrastination. Internalize that you don't need motivation to start, just make a decision. Strengthen your intention behind self-directed goals. And use implementation intentions to lock in consistent action. Procrastination is something we all struggle with. But instead of resignedly accepting it, we can take practical steps to overcome it. Doing so isn't just about checking things off lists, it's about taking control of your time, energy, and life satisfaction. I really hope these insights from Pycyl's book resonated with you as much as they did with me. Put them into practice, and I'm confident you'll start chipping away at procrastination in a major way. Thanks so much for watching Finance Virtuosos, and I'll see you next time as we continue our mission not just to make money, but to feel good and get things done. Stay awesome.